Madame Tamara Rostovich Siamashvili, présidente du Conseil.
President of the Executive Board of UNESCO, Ms. Amina Mohammed, UN Deputy Secretary General, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring this to a close, I'm here with you to draw the conclusions from these 3 days. 3 days which come from on the tails of exceptional mobilization. Excellencies, ministers, representatives of international organization, of the international educational community, of the youth organizations. There have been more than 2,000 of you getting mobilized for education. And on behalf of UNESCO, I wanted to extend my thanks to you for that. I also wanted to thank our partners from Qatar, the Andon Foundation and the university, as well as all of the countries of the UN that have lent their support to the Secretariat. Thanks to your commitment, you have shown us your determination to defend this public good that is education. We have been able to see, in particular, the commitment of young people. That is the very first takeaway of this pre-summit, and a powerful message of hope for the future. Thank you to you, young people, for your passion, for your accurate analyses that really have enriched our discussions. Over these last few days, you have confirmed the wisdom that says that youth can actually have the right focus for the future. All of the doubts for the future, I think, are legitimate. The anguish that you feel is legitimate because the report that came out from the World Bank and UNICEF do underscore the risks of a generational disaster when 9 students out of 10 in sub-Saharan Africa, for example, are not able to understand basic texts at the age of 10. It's your generation and that of the future generations. It's your future that's in the balance. And that is why the priority target groups of the strategies going forward have been rightly identified. The second big takeaway of this pre-summit has been our fruitful consideration on the futures of education. And I wanted to thank our International Commission on the Futures of Education, presided by Madam President of Ethiopia, Her Excellency Sahle-Work Zewde, for all of her excellent stewardship. In particular, I want to mention the declaration published by the Commission for this pre-summit, and it recalls that education needs to be able to contribute to transforming the world, but in order to achieve this, education itself needs to be transformed. In order to enrich these discussions, the Commission gave us key axes for action, and these are the very quintessence of the report, and I'd like to mention a few of them. One of them is to ensure that conclusion is at the heart of a school's culture, and to place access on cooperation over competition. And during these few days, we have, in fact, heard a very clear message about inclusiveness, diversity in the school setting and in our pedagogy. Another recommendation from the International Commission is to ensure better integration of environmental issues, intercultural understanding, and other contemporary issues in school programs, and more generally, the Commission also underscored the importance of reducing educational inequalities between countries and within societies. This means inequalities concerning funding, but also digital.
Ladies and gentlemen, the third highlight I would like to take away from this pre-summit is our desire to act now without delay. This desire is reflected in the urgent call for action issued by our high-level steering committee on education. We are at the stage where priorities have been clearly defined through the action tracks proposed by the committee. And the committee has called on heads of state and government to champion them and to mobilize investments. I would like to thank the committee for its engagement now and in the future. Indeed, looking ahead, the high-level steering committee is the main coordination body for the implementation of SDG 4 will follow up on the Transforming Education Summit, ensuring that knowledge generated at this event contributes to the Summit of the Future in 2023. And national consultations have already been launched in 100 countries, half the world, focusing on realities on the ground to develop new initiatives for education. These national consultations are a backbone of the summit because transformation has to come out of a national vision of a critical and inclusive look at what is not working for children, youth, and adults. Our high-level committee will also monitor progress on SDG 4 targets and on national commitments at the global education meetings organized by UNESCO. For now, the world is still far from achieving its objectives, but we know that we can count on the renewed efforts of our member states. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, with this pre-summit, we have written a new page in the history of 2022, the year that we transform education. However, another exciting chapter awaits us, the summit in September. Until September and beyond, the same mobilization, and until 2030, the same mobilization, the same energy must carry us. UNESCO is counting on you, and you can count on us. So I'm not saying goodbye, but see you soon. Thank you.